Dear FIABCI Delegate, in a few days will be held the online elections for FIABCI Governing Bodies. Due to the global pandemic, the voting system will not be as usual. An electronic election system has been implemented. In addition to the communication circulated on 16 November, we will introduce some more details for your kind consideration. Considering the digital format of the General Assembly, the respective ordinances and decrees, as well as the 3 offers received from international vendors, the FIABCI Board of Directors designated Lumi Global for the organization of the electronic elections, the online session of the General Assembly, and the online approval of the motions. We would like to inform you that Lumi Global organizes since 1998 General Assemblies, board meetings, and electronic elections of several global organizations, including the International Olympic Committee. On 14 December at 10 a.m. Central European Time, each voting delegate will receive an email from Lumi Global to cast their votes, which will be closed on 15 December at 10 a.m. Central European Time. For the second round, if any, an email will be sent on 15 December at noon Central European Time, and the voting will close on 16 December at noon Central European Time. The counting of ballots shall be conducted in private and electronically exclusively by the selected vendor, the acting president of the nominations committee, and 3 scrutineers. The outcome of the elections shall be reviewed and agreed upon by them prior to the video conference session of the General Assembly. We remind you that the following rules will be applied for the confirmation of the elected officers. For the Vice President-elect, the candidate who has 50% of the total of votes plus 1 vote is elected after the first round. For the 3 positions as board members, the candidates who have the higher number of votes are elected. For the president of committees or councils, the candidate who has the higher number of votes is elected. For the secretary of committees or councils, the candidate who has the higher number of votes is elected. For the vice presidents of committees or councils, depending on the number of vacant positions, the candidates who have the higher number of votes are elected. Please note that for any position without contestants, the unique candidate is elected if he or she obtains 50% plus 1 favorable vote. In compliance with our bylaws, the results of the election shall be kept confidential, and only the names of those elected, and not the vote totals, shall be reported to the General Assembly on 16 December 2020 by the acting president of the Nominations Committee with the help of the vendor and adopted technologies. Upon receipt and acceptance of the outcomes of the elections and an affirmative vote by the General Assembly, the vendor shall destroy or delete the details of the elections, including the individual digital ballots in compliance with FIABCI bylaws. And now we will demonstrate what the electronic voting system looks like. Dear FIABCI Delegate, on 14 December 2020 at 10 a.m. Paris time, you will receive a personalized email from Lumi Global, our online voting vendor, to announce the opening of the online elections for 24 hours. The email will contain the link to join the online voting platform, as well as your personal credentials, that is, your login and your password. By clicking on the link, you will land on the access page where your login and password are requested. Please use the credentials indicated in the email and then click on the login button. Now you are on the welcome page of the voting platform. You can verify your name and the number of assigned votes. In this example, John Doe has 4 votes. Once John Doe casts his electronic ballot, all his 4 votes will be counted automatically. To proceed to the vote, you have to click on the Cast Your Vote button on the top of the screen. Now you are on the voting page. Please follow carefully the casting instructions of each position. There are 3 possible situations. We can have several candidates for one vacant position. In this case, the instruction asks to select one candidate. Or we can have several candidates for several positions. In this case, the instructions will ask to select as much as candidates as the number of positions and to click on Send. The last possibility is to have one candidate for one vacant position. In this case, the instruction will be to select one option among in favor, against, or abstention. Once you have voted, following the instructions, the line becomes orange and it is indicated Vote Received. So you have to check that it is indicated like in the screen. Once you've finished your vote, please verify that all the items have been casted. Now you are ready to submit your vote. Please click on the menu button as it is shown on the screen. Please log out to submit your vote. Please, if you have any question or need any clarification, do not hesitate to contact FIABCI General Secretariat at info@fiabci.org. Thank you for your attention.